the fight for my lady's love. Let's fighting love.
Hey, let's go. Protect my vow.
Hello, friends. Welcome back to ReddX. Trace amounts of science. I wanted to let you know if you've been banned in the Discord at any point in the past. I've cleared the ban list mostly. Come on through. We're going to get into some classic Neckbeard stories today. This is Pantherbeard. I don't know how it ends, but thank you so much for joining me on the journey, friends. We'll go ahead. We'll get right into this thing. And hey, thanks so much for being here today. Gentle Sir Love Exotic Girl. I mean, who hasn't been there before? AKA Adventures of Pantherbeard, the True Gentleman, Part 1. Yes, and you know he's a true gentleman because he said it. So just to preference this, I'm a first-time poster. Well, welcome in, user wannabe Wonder Woman. Characters, Wonder Woman. Wait, that's not wannabe, whatever. Your loyal author and victim of Pantherbeard, about 5'9", almost 5'10", extremely mixed race, black, Asian, white, Jamaican, Korean, French, hence looking exotic. New student and well known, the joys of having popular friends. Jamaican, Korean, French sounds like a slapper combination, but just try not to make it weird. How hard is that? We got Uzi after the rapper Little Uzi Vert. Cool. He's 6'3", Korean, charming, enjoys rapping, rap enthusiast, and just a cool guy. Author totally doesn't have a crush on him. Winky face. Oh my god, you guys. Is this going to turn into what I think it's going to turn into? I guess we'll have to see. Harley after Harley Quinn. Bruh. Okay. Not an entirely important character, at least in this part. 5 foot, Pacific Islander, can and will fight you, pretty snarky, and my best friend. Yes, I'm best friends with Harley Quinn. We've also got Pantherbeard, PB, named after his obsession with panthers and the superhero Black Panther. 5'7", Japanese, B.O. nastier than the boys' locker room, slightly overweight, wears an actual trench coat, has an actual patchy neckbeard, hates anything to do with so-called degenerates, and has a shitty personality. If that ain't the cookie cutter right there, I'll tell you that. You gotta admit though, panthers are pretty cool, right? Like, who doesn't like a good panther? I just moved to my new school in November and didn't know a lot of the students, but was known due to the fact that I'm friends with popular people. Oh my god, OP, fuck. The humble bragging ass story. Here we go again. Here we go again.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Look, it's great that you went to a school and knew some people. It also happened to me because I moved to the town that my cousin lived in and she was moderately popular. But like, who gives a shit, you know? High school, well, it is a serious place. And these problems, they definitely do matter. So I never knew who Pantherbeard was. He never showed up to the class or elective that we were both in and did not realize he existed until this history class, which is also known as the beginning of the end. Yeah, sure it was. In history class, our teacher does not care where we sit as long as it's 2 boys, 2 girls. So I decided to sit with Harley and Uzi. We'd pick our other boy last. Well, turns out there was no other boy free, as they were all taken or decided to ditch. So we got our own table, just the 3 of us, until Pantherbeard enters late. Yes, this is fate. This is what was meant to happen. I'm sorry, whatever lesson you have to learn, okay? He huffs out a quick apology, blaming the freshman for him being late. I mean, get bigger, you just bowl him over, it's easy. The teacher then tells him to sit with us. His head turns to look at us, and a small smirk begins to creep onto his face. He saunters over to us and plops himself down. Then the teacher begins to explain the project on the Indian Act, which is a Canadian thing. Oh, you don't want to expand on that any further? Yeah, we'll just call it the Indian Act. Well, what happened to the Indians with the act? We don't talk about that part too much, eh? During the whole explanation and summarization of the project, Pantherbeard was either muttering stuff about the teacher or staring at me. What do you say about the teacher? To summarize the project, it's basically half the class is European settlers and the other half are the natives. We have to make a project on our life during the Indian Act. Oh, hell, bro. A European settler all the way, please. Thank you. You gotta flip a coin, pick it out of a hat. Like, really, neither of them are probably having a good time, but one more than the other, I guess. Yeah. So guess who your group members were? The people you were sitting with. I could see Uzi and Harley cringing. They knew who Pantherbeard was, while I turned to smile at him. The teacher came over and told us that we are natives and will be working in the library, which was down the hallway. When headed over to the library, I think you mean we, with our Chromebooks in our hand quietly. I could see Pantherbeard staring at me the whole way there, but chose to ignore it. We got settled at the back of the library and started researching. Pantherbeard, so, you're OP, right? OP? Yeah, I am. I have absolutely no clue how he knows my name. Yeah, 'cause I'm so popular, remember? Pantherbeard, I knew it. You're mixed, right? Who the fuck starts a conversation this way? I just sat down. Opie says, yeah, I'm black, Asian, and white. Uzi, Korean gang. That's the crush. I'm supposed to find this charming. Can you please stop proving the incel's point? Thank you. Pantherbeard rolls his eyes at Uzi and mutters, degenerate, under his breath. Based.
Degenerates like you belong on a cross.
I glance at him and try my best not to laugh. Pantherbeard, I knew you were mixed. You're so exotic. I love exotic girls. OP just says, oh, nice. Again, please don't why? I think it's fake, but why? Fun fact, never ever refer to a mixed person as exotic. It's weird and can come off as disrespectful. I mean, I've been called exotic in the Philippines a few times. I don't mind it. I find it endearing. I am. Uzi and Harley are dying of laughter at this point, causing Pantherbeard to glance around frantically, confused. I smack Uzi and tell him to shut up, and we go back to work. We continue to work until Uzi decides to rip my shoe off and chuck it 40 meters away from us. He does shit like that when he's bored. Again, I'm supposed to find this charming? I really have a crush on this douchebag. Oh my god. I'm mystified. But yeah, also like high school girl shit. I don't know. I do not have the skills to try and truly unpack it, so whatever. I start to get up, but Pantherbeard darts up. Pantherbeard, don't worry, OP. I'll get it for you. Uzi, dude, don't sweat it. She's not crippled and can get it herself. Pantherbeard, well, Uzi, it's the gentleman thing to do, but you know nothing about that. I don't know. It seems to me like Pantherbeard's a decent guy. I don't think his intentions are pure anyway, but by happenstance, he seems better to me than Uzi, I guess. If I have to pick, I'd rather you just shoot me, please. So Pantherbeard stumbles off to get my shoe, and we are shocked. He stumbles back over and offers to put it back on my foot. Yeah, heated up. I decline and put it back on. OP, thanks, Pantherbeard. That was nice of you. Pantherbeard, don't worry about it. I am nice like that. Hey, you know it's true because he said it. Harley and Uzi roll their eyes and continue research. We discuss the Model UN and how me and Uzi are joining it. Pantherbeard tells us it's dumb, because the UN is useless towards any other countries. And we ignore him and continue to work. Again, it's sort of based. I don't know what you want. You want me to dislike him or not? Like, he's a little creepy, definitely, to want to touch her foot, call her exotic or whatever, but I don't know. Fucking his viewpoints are alright. Essentially, you just need to ask him about any of his viewpoints aside from, like, what he thinks about women in general. So yeah, near the end of the period, we all give Pantherbeard our Snapchats so he can contact us on our project. After that, Uzi puts on a random beat and starts freestyling for us. Unluckily, this causes Pantherbeard to rage. Yeah, what kind of freestyle beat was it? Can I spit on the mic real quick? Crinkle gang, crinkle gang, crinkle gang, crinkle gang. That's the song. Pantherbeard says, rap is such a stupid and truly degenerate music genre. Uzi says, no way, dude, rap is a blessing. Pantherbeard, no it's not. It's a bunch of people rapping about drugs and doing it. No smart person would listen to it. Like OP, she's too intelligent to listen to it. OP says, actually, rap is one of my favorite genres. Maybe you just haven't heard anything good. Tupac is a good one to listen to. You used the wrong two, and also Tupac? Really? That's where we're going to start him off. I don't know about that. Start him off with something that gives like a different mix of styles, you know? Wu-Tang Clan. That'd be a fucking good one. But no, just Tupac. That's the most popular thing I could think of, but I totally like rap, you guys. Okay. Alright, OP, sure. Totally. Pantherbeard is now obviously embarrassed and slams his Chromebook shut. He's very angry at Uzi, and he's glaring at him hard. He then proceeds to say, bye, to only me and Harley. He then storms out of the library. Oh, that was painless. Later that night, I get a Snapchat from him. Pantherbeard, hello, OP. I'm sorry you had to deal with Uzi in history today. His actions were unacceptable. OP says, oh, it's fine. Me and him are good friends. Pantherbeard, a shame, really. You could have way better male friends. Yeah, and by that, he means specifically him. Like, you're just, it's not going well for him. I mean, God bless him. He's trying. But everybody sees this for what it is. OP ignores this statement because I don't enjoy when people shit talk my friends. And then don't ignore it. You just be like, hey, don't say that. I don't want to hear you talking that shit. Pantherbeard says, but if you ever want to listen to music with an intellectual meaning, feel free to talk to me. I know you'll enjoy it. Yeah, we can sit there and listen to fucking Modest Mouse. No thanks. Actually, I love Modest Mouse. Can we listen to some right now? Oh, that's good. OP says, okay, I have to go now. Bye. Pantherbeard, goodbye, my lady. I'll see you at Model UN's first meeting on Friday. Yep, he actually hit me with the milady. I wish I could have screenshot it. Yeah, except it didn't happen. But what shocked me the most was that he was joining the club he shit-talked to so much. What? He was joining the club he shit-talked to so much about. What? Yeah, he shit-talked that club, I guess. But the first club meeting will be in part 2. Adventure of Pantherbeard. The Weeb Strikes Back. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm on the edge of my seat. I can't wait to hear about OP's popularity and her douchebag crush and the Harley Quinn insert that basically does and says nothing. She just exists there, like Harley Quinn is known to do. You know Harley Quinn, she doesn't do anything. The joke there, of course, being that she's all over she's fucking wacky. This is not a Harley Quinn character. How'd you feel about it, Gubbins? Are you feeling fake vibes?
Another epic saga where the author just happens to be tall, exotic, stunning, and universally desired. Dark Gubbins tastes deception on the wind, and it reeks of Wattpad. Dark Gubbins.
Oh, Wattpad. That would be a good cringe goldmine, I'm pretty sure. How about you, boy?
OP says, first time poster, writes 5,000 words starring self, 3 simps, and a neckbeard supervillain. Gubbins smell attention addiction, and it stink. Gubbins.
Well, not too much can be done, except maybe, tear into OP a little bit more. That'll be fun. Let's do some more in the next part, shall we?
Don't ever talk to my lady like that again.
AKA Adventures of Pantherbeard Part 2. The Weeb Strikes Back. Oh yeah, the bitch is back, baby. Quick rundown on characters. OP, your loyal author and victim of Pantherbeard. Yeah, okay. Uzi, you remember? Harley, Pantherbeard, that's basically it. Except for a new character, Bambi. He's a funny and sassy Latino dude. We call him Bambi because his legs are too long for his body, so he runs weird. He absolutely despises Pantherbeard's antics and represents El Salvador in Model UN. Hype! Latina, very hyper and energetic, screams and laughs a lot. Literally have never seen her serious before. She represents El Salvador with Bambi. Well, isn't that fortunate? AN stands for Almost Neckbeard. He's annoying, rude, and racist, has the whole nice guy attitude, but doesn't fit any physical qualities of a neckbeard. Best friends with Pantherbeard, represents Bulgaria. Yeah, why not Bulgaria? Taking a fucking bullet for the team, huh? As far as him not looking like a neckbeard, trust me, he's got that beard on the inside. And it's the beard on the inside that counts, isn't it? Check out the fourth wall. Maybe we got a shirt like that over there still. I can't remember. Anyway, quick rundown on how we do Model UN. Instead of going to conferences around the world and our whole school representing one country, the members either choose or are assigned to represent with one other person, and we have our own little meetings. Also, there's a tad bit of country stereotypes and just general stupidity in this part. Sorry for offending anybody. Didn't you just point the finger at that guy, be like, he's racist, but also, yeah, we joked about some stereotypes. Like, pick a lane, I guess there is a slight difference between, being actively racist and, like, just laughing at silly stereotypes, but it just kind of has a little a contradiction baked in. Anyway, after the whole library fiasco with Pantherbeard and Uzi, it was time for Friday's Model UN sign-up and quick meeting. Wasn't Harley at the library too? But she didn't do anything. Why would you remember her? I barely do. Uzi, Harley, and I, oh there she is, all headed over early just so we could pick our preferred country to represent. Harley decided to represent Canada along with some girl whose name I don't know. Uzi and I chose South Korea because we are both Korean. We then mingled, Van with an A, with other people and listened to hype laugh about how Bambi looks like Sean Paul. Gosh, this story is just packed with pop culture references, isn't it? Aren't we having so much fun? The meeting, Van, with an A again, start. And the teacher began the basic breakdown of how this works and the rules, which are no swearing, offensive language, like she wrote 2 different pejoratives here. I'm going to censor them both. And be respectful to others. There were no signs of Pantherbeard, so I thought we were safe. Boy, I was wrong. Yeah, he sneaks up in the night. That's why they call him Pantherbeard. In comes Pantherbeard and some random guy, another neckbeard, and they apologize, and one of the teachers assigned them countries. Another neckbeard got Bulgaria and didn't complain, while Pantherbeard got Sweden and was hella pissed. He tried to explain, but Mrs. Applebottom, Sweden is so weak. Mrs. Applebottom, Pantherbeard, you're being rude. Sit down. Mr. Boots with the fur, Pantherbeard, you can't complain because you're late. Pantherbeard muttered something and then plopped down beside another neckbeard. The teachers pulled away due to a situation and told us to discuss with each other until they got back. Yeah, don't even set up the lesson, just like, I gotta go. I left the stove on. Pantherbeard and another neckbeard wandered over to us. Pantherbeard tried to sit between me and Uzi, but Uzi just told him to sit beside Hype, which he dramatically did, and another neckbeard sat beside Bambi, and this is how we conversed. Yeah, that's important. The table layout. Can you draw us a diagram? That would really suck me into the fucking story. Bambi, I'm so excited for this. I feel like it's gonna be so fun. Harley, Yeah, I'm totally gonna try and declare war on the USA. Another neckbeard.
How disrespectful to our brother country. USA has done so much.
Honestly, based. I'm not biased at all.
America, fuck yeah!
Harley. No shit, I just enjoy beefing with Americans. Another neckbeard.
Why are girls so dumb when it comes to politics?
Dude, I would argue that most people are pretty dumb when it comes to politics. All this leads up to a shitstorm of another neckbeard yelling at Harley and Hype yelling even louder back at him. Bambi broke up the conflict, made Uzi stop recording the shouting, and changed the topic. Okay, cool. There was conflict. I don't want to tell you any more about it, though. All right, well, what did they say? Probably just a bunch of naughty words. Isn't that against the rules for the UN? Come on now, high school students. Bambi.
So, Pantherbeard, are you excited to represent Sweden? Seems like a cool country.
Pantherbeard.
It's totally not, idiot. It's full of wussy men. I feel bad for all the women there. They need real men to protect them.
Another neckbeard. True that! Gosh, another neckbeard is so cringe. Well, I mean, yeah, he is, but he's basically 50-50 at the moment. Like, for everything he says that I hate, he says one thing that I'm like, Pantherbeard to the girls in the group.
You're lucky you got real men around you, like yours truly and another neckbeard, because without men like us, we'd be in a shithole like Sweden.
No, I don't think Sweden's probably all that bad, is it? Also, pray tell, what the fuck exactly have you done to help this place not become a shithole? Can you answer me that, Uzi?
Making generalized statements about other countries you've never lived in makes you seem stupid.
Pantherbeard.
Oh God, I've offended someone already. Why is everyone so sensitive about some stupid country?
We all just ignored him at that point, and another neckbeard for the rest of the time and discuss anything but anime and politics. They just talked amongst themselves until Uzi.
Wonder Woman, we didn't pick nicknames for each other. Good ones, though.
OP. I don't know. I do enjoy referring to as idiot. To who? Which made Hype start laughing loudly. Uzi.
I don't know. I think you should call me Oppa.
Which is like sweetheart in Korean. Which, oh god, this story's horrible. This made me blush, and everyone giggled, but Pantherbeard was not having it. Pantherbeard.
Uzi! Don't say that to her! It's so disrespectful. God, only hoes would refer to someone as such, and OP is not a hoe.
OP? Oh, Pantherbeard, it's okay. Uzi is just playing around. Yeah, super good joke. It's super funny and stuff, too. He cuts me off. Pantherbeard.
Oh, be quiet! I'm defending you! I'm being a nice guy and you're siding with that dipstick! Why do you even like him so much? God!
Because he's tall and kind of a douche. And she's a 16-year-old girl, mostly. Just so you know, information for next time. Store it away. With that, he storms off with another neckbeard trailing awkwardly behind him, telling the teacher something came up for the both of them and they'd be back next meeting. Can you just do that in high school? Not in my high school. With that, Hype asks, bad time to yell, World Star! Bambi, yes. Later that night, I get a Snapchat from you-know-who. Pantherbeard,
hey, I'm sorry about blowing up at the meeting today. We all know when nice people get pushed too far, they blow up, so that's what happened.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what happened, isn't it? You just need an excuse for your shit behavior is what it is. You are incredulous. OP says, yeah, that's fine, just work on your anger. No, it's not fine. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on, okay? Pantherbeard.
Yeah, of course. I just got so upset at the fact that the scumbag named Uzi wanted you to call him such a stupid name.
OP. You don't understand Uzi yet. He's cool. Oh my god, yes, the coolest queen. Pantherbeard.
Besides, senpai is a much more appropriate term. Perhaps when we become closer, that'll be your nickname for me.
OP. Maybe. I gotta go. Bye. And that's the end of that. Traumatizing, embarrassing, awkward. I felt like I was on some prank show. Be sure to watch out for Miladies Like You Should Not Build Computers, aka Adventures of Pantherbeard Part 3, The Tech Wars. That's right. OP is a well-rounded individual, let me tell you that. Pantherbeard, definitely being gross, trying to angle or whatever, but like, is he irredeemable? I don't necessarily think that I'm convinced of that quite yet. Like, he's super weird and awkward and cringe, but like, I see an earlier version of myself, you know? He just needs to get his fucking boots on the ground and get some experience and whatnot, and yeah, the first couple times trying to do that can be rough, but I think he's gonna make it. Maybe. Fingers crossed.
The void howls. There is no Uzi. There is no Harley. There is no Bambi. There is only you, alone, crafting an alternate reality where you matter. I'd feel sympathy if you weren't so vapid. Dark Gubbins.
Jesus, what a roast. Yeah, I like that a lot. Just complete savagery. I think Gubbins got the first point, but that's one for Dark Gubbins. Actually, we haven't heard from Gubbins yet, so what do you think, boy?
8,000 words and 0 personality, just vibes, crush bait, and imaginary popularity. Gubbins sees through the Wattpad myth, and what remains is cringe. Gubbins.
Pure distilled cringe. By gum, we'll be rich. Yeah, a lot of fun. I'll see if I can find part number 3, and we'll step through that real quick.
Miladies Like You Should Not Build Computers,
aka Adventures of Pantherbeard Part 3, The Tech Wars. Yeah, only big brain men like me are allowed to play electric Lego. That's essentially all it is. Characters in this story, yeah, a lot of them, including Mulan, who is a half Laotian girl. Very shy, gets embarrassed easily, has anxiety, and I will protect her. She's also funny and good at sports. We call her Mulan because she collects swords. How many swords you got? If it's more than like 2 or 3, that's kind of a creepy amount, but otherwise pretty cool. And yeah, there's the Neckbeard too. So after the whole Model UN fiasco on Friday, I was free from Pantherbeard due to the weekend. I've never been so grateful for a Saturday. When Monday rolled around, that is when shit hit the fan. In Canada, we have an elective called Tech. Just general tech, okay. You spend time graphic designing, learning how to put together videos, coding, and my favorite part, building computers. In one semester, you're supposed to, like, pick, I guess it'll give you, like, a basic groundwork, but holy, you're not gonna be good at any of it. So I was relatively happy on Monday because we were gonna start building. I got to class and sat with Bambi and Harley, and we began to excitedly discuss how we wanted to design the computer, since we were gonna be in a group together. Design the computer? There's not really that many ways to do it. I'll tell you what to do. Screw every part to like a big piece of plywood and just have an open air computer, you know? And then hope your kids don't stick anything in the fans. Oh, you don't have kids. That's a me concern. I'll be honest though, it's probably not a great idea. I was so excited to be free from Pantherbeard until I remembered. He somehow was able to switch into the elective. Yes, for the narrative needs of this story. He definitely managed to do it in some way. I wasn't too worried because we already had a group and I wouldn't have to interact with him, or so I thought. After the teacher took attendance, we split off into our own groups. The 3 of us started drafting the plan, whose house we would go work at, and just the general design. Then Mulan came over, looking distressed. Mulan, can you please switch with one of my group mates? He's making me uncomfortable. I was gonna volunteer, but Harley beat me to it. She has a crush on Mulan, so I let it slide. So she left with a quick goodbye, and who do I see stumbling over? Pantherbeard. He was wearing a Naruto headband and some Neko maids on his shirt. Was that like the Catgirl maids or something? And then the Naruto headband is just, that's the cherry on top. Reminds me of Unfortunate Nookie. Have you guys watched that series? My goodness. It's long. That's the main thing that I'll say about it. It did touch me in parts, but yeah, it goes on for a long time. just if you want, just if you had some free time. Anyway, all of this, of course, didn't look good with his cargo shorts. But Pantherbeard says, "Hello, new group mates. So glad I got to leave those losers." Bambi, "Oh, hey, Pantherbeard. Sit down." Pantherbeard then plopped himself down, almost sitting on me, and snatched the plans out of my hands. Pantherbeard, "Seems decent. Could use my touch, but decent." Your ego's out of control, you know that. I rolled my eyes at that because Bambi did the draft and it looked good so far. We then began to continue working on the draft, making light conversation. I mean, how do you need to draft it out? I guess, sort of. Really, you just get the measurements of the case and you're like, what size fan will fit? Okay, what size motherboard? All right, that's it. Maybe like does your GPU fit in there if you got one? And yeah, the computer's basically built. Thanks a lot. Pantherbeard, "You know, OP, a girl like you shouldn't be doing this kind of work." When he said that, my mind immediately went to, is it because I'm half black? The reason I thought that was because people at my old school told me that I shouldn't do academic math because of that. What the fuck? That's a lawsuit waiting to happen. You know that, don't you? You could have made at least 6 figures. What the fuck? That's not true. It's probably a public school. They're broke. It's not worth it. Like, I don't know. Here's $2,000 and some pancake mix. OP says, "Well, what do you mean? I'm really capable of doing this." Pantherbeard, "Oh, I know. It's just you're so pretty and delicate. These things need a lot of brain power, and you'll give yourself migraines if you're not careful." It's electric Lego. What the actual fuck? Who says that to someone? I'm definitely not pretty and definitely not delicate. I'm a boxer, for Yahweh's sake. Bambi looks like a deer in the headlights. He is shocked. OP, "Well, I can handle this stuff just fine." Pantherbeard, "Sure. If you were my girl, I'd take care of you and do all this kind of stuff. And you'd just be a housewife. A real pretty one." OP says, "Thank God. I don't want to be one." I mean, that's a blanket statement, you know. But I specifically don't want to be Pantherbeard's housewife. That would be the worst thing ever. He's not going to trust you to go anywhere. He's going to lock you up in his little gilded cage, bring home his shitty, paltry paycheck. I just don't think that it's going to lead to a happy future. I'm not convinced that Uzi is all that much better, but if you gotta pick, at least one is like halfway self-confident, at least, I guess. Whatever. Pantherbeard, "Well, trust me, Japanese men like myself take great care of their women. We respect them and make sure they don't lift a finger. Koreans, on the other hand, don't. Uzi would make you his slave if you were together." Citation needed? I was about to go off. I swear I've never been so mad. Does this guy forget I'm literally half Korean? But Bambi stopped me from strangling him with his stupid ass headband. Bambi, "Let's change the subject. What's with the headband, Pantherbeard?" Pantherbeard grinned at this and went on a long speech about Naruto and how it was the best TV show in existence. I mean, it's not the worst from what I've seen, but yeah, just a little bit too repetitive and, I don't know, shallow. Pantherbeard.
I personally think I'm like Sasuke. We both scare people away because of how great we are, agile, and understand how to keep his cool.
Just how great we are. In general, you know, I don't have to name things. You already know. I swear I've never rolled my eyes so hard. I'd love to see Pantherbeard do parkour if he's so agile. I wanted to choke slam him. Luckily, the period came to an end and he didn't show up for history, so the rest of the day was chill. I found out what Pantherbeard did to make Mulan uncomfortable. He was talking to her about adult video, specifically Asian girl on black girl, and then he told her how hot it would be if me and her hooked up, and said if it ever happened, let him record it. What a perv! Jesus Christ. That is a desperate play to make. He's like, I'll just sit in the closet, it's fine. and then OP just, yeah. Do you have anything you want to tell me about your relationship with Mulan? Because, I don't know, man. Mulan is into chicks, right? Or no, the other one was. What's her? The forgettable one, Harley. Yeah, she's into chicks. This is like such a thirsty boy. I almost feel bad, except for the fact that he's making fucking everyone around him uncomfortable, you know? Later that night, I got a Snapchat. Bambi made a group chat with him, me, and Pantherbeard for tech. Bambi,
whose house are we going to work at?
Pantherbeard,
Bide. I'm home alone until 8 p.m. It'll be perfect.
Bambi,
yeah, that sounds great. OP, what do you think?
My heart dropped and I reluctantly typed, sounds fine.
So it's settled,
said Pantherbeard.
Meet at my house on Wednesday.
And then he gave his address. So ends this part. Don't worry though. Stay tuned for Gentle Sir Just Wants You to Sit and Look Pretty, aka Adventures of Pantherbeard Part 4, entering the Neckbeard Cave of Secreties. Yes, the forgotten Greek philosopher Secretes. My goodness, he's one of my favorites. I don't know. Like, obviously we keep focus on the beard. I can't dig in on OP too hard. The beard is like sufficiently despicable but also pathetic. He hasn't like assaulted anybody, so there's still some hope for it all. But I know it's probably going to end with him getting comeuppance of some sort. At least that's what I'm hoping for. Let's see how the Gubbinses feel about it.
5'10", exotic, popular, a boxer, a genius, every boy wants you, every girl envies you. Wow, truly, the Marvel Cinematic Universe of Reddit posts. Gubbins sees main character syndrome, and it stinks. Gubbins.
It's so accurate. Oh my god. We're not even focusing on the beard at all. Just ripping on OP. It's the best. It's the best.
Dark Gubbins gazes into the abyss and finds overwritten self-inserts and imaginary boy drama. Unless you develop an actual personality, you will die alone. Dark Gubbins.
Jesus. That one was just needlessly savage. I'm gonna give it to Gubbins. The long list that he made, it made me giggle. So that's settled. Gubbins is up 2-1. Dark Gubbins, there's still one more chance to tie it up. As we move into part number 4, this is double point overtime. So winner take all. Let's see how it goes.
Gentle Sir just wants you to sit and look pretty.
AKA The Adventures of Pantherbeard Part 4, entering the Neckbeard's Cave of Secrets. Oh yeah, playing a little bit of wiggle worm back there, are ya? That's alright. That's cool. Never mind. Real rundown on people, and sorry for such a late update. OP, Bambi, Pantherbeard, K. So Wednesday rolled around, Bambi and I were dreading it. I'd rather go skydiving with a polar bear strapped to me than visit his house. What's the polar bear that just lol so random? Harley, being the annoyingest best friend his, was writing Pantherbeard X Wonder Woman 5 ever on my notebooks, so I was already pissed off that day. And that's kind of a Harley Quinn thing to do. It took us 4 parts, but she finally fucking did something. And what it is to sabotage her best friend. Oh, high school. When the bell rang, we waited outside for Pantherbeard. He took an extra 15 minutes because he had to use the washroom. Once he came out, we began walking to his house. This man is such a slow walker. It was supposed to be a 10-minute walk, but it ended up being a 20-minute walk. All he talked about was some anime about maids with Bambi who obviously didn't care. Yeah, maybe we keep those inside thoughts inside. I don't need to hear about the maid anime. I'm judging you as you're telling me this. Pantherbeard.
Ugh, OP, you look so majestic in a maid's outfit. You'd be our little cleaner. Ugh.
OP, shut up, Pantherbeard.
Are you embarrassed?
OP, just stop. We were quiet for a bit until we arrived at his house. His house was nice, but filled with pictures of him because he's an only child. Gee, really? I wouldn't have guessed that. We then followed him up to his cave/room.
The horror!
Anime posters everywhere of girls who look 12 with panty shots. Oh, see, there now we're in unredeemable territory. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you...
Damn, bitch. You live like this?
Somehow I knew, but confirmation makes it even worse. Bags of Doritos, hot Cheetos, ketchup chips everywhere, cans of root beer and Dr. Pepper littered around his desk, along with some crumpled tissues. Ew! Yeah, they're not a tissue consistency anymore. Like a little ball of concrete. Bambi was mortified. I was mortified, but Pantherbeard was smirking. Pantherbeard,
enjoying my posters? I know Bambi sure is.
Bambi,
no, bro. Let's just start working on the computer.
Yes, anything. Blind me with the screen, please. We looked over the plan and I started to explain what to do first, but was interrupted. Pantherbeard,
please, OP, let us men do it. You can help us by getting us snacks or sitting there and looking pretty.
You really need the help. Trust me, okay? Not just with the computer, but like in your brain parts. I don't really want to dig around in it. Clearly it's disgusting. More disgusting than your room, even. But what would it take to fix you? Can I ask? May I? OP says, dude, it's my project as well. I could do this just as good as you guys. Pantherbeard,
oh, don't get pissy. I was trying to be nice, but you clearly don't appreciate that. It must be the Korean in you.
Just the internal racism between Asian people. It tickles me pink. Boy, I was about to snap. I was getting ready to yell at him for being racist and slightly sexist, but Bambi cut me off. Bambi,
dude, you're being really unnecessary right now. She's really good at this stuff, so shut up.
Yeah, easy A, if you didn't feel like you have something to prove. Probably he's gonna get in there and fuck it all up. Like, that's his whole role, isn't it? So Pantherbeard goes silent and we begin working. We worked for about 30 minutes until we decided to take a snack break. Pantherbeard went downstairs to get us ketchup chips and juice. He said, pop is only for him. And then he came back upstairs and opened the bag. I mean, if the pop is only for you and it's your house, that's fucking fine. Why would you bring it out when you're serving the guests juice? Is this like a power play for you? Oh, he's the soda king. Look at him. He just doesn't like the taste of juice. Brush your teeth. It might taste better, you know? And Bambi and I poured our chips into little bowls, but Pantherbeard, well, he was shoveling that shit in like he would never eat again. It was gross. He chewed with his mouth open and constantly licked his lips. Pantherbeard,
so, you guys got a date to the upcoming semi-formal?
Bambi,
I might be going with, that anonymous girl.
Pantherbeard,
oh, her? She's got no tits. Why would you go with her?
Bambi,
it's not just about appearance, man. Besides, it's not like she could do much about that.
Pantherbeard,
I guess so. What about you, OP?
OP, maybe me and insert guy anonymous or Uzi, because we've talked about going together. Pantherbeard,
Don't waste your time on Uzi. He's bad for you. He's gonna rape you if you're not careful.
Well, that is 0 to 100, isn't it? He says, what the fuck, bro? Don't ever accuse someone of that. Uzi would never hurt me, so quit your bullshit for like 5 seconds. Pantherbeard then whined and flailed a bit more. Bambi and I pretended to get texts from our parents that we needed to come home now, or we'd have to take the bus home. So we made our way to the front door. Pantherbeard's grandma came over as a surprise, I guess, and called out, Pantherbeard, are you home? We came down the stairs and she hugged Pantherbeard, shook Bambi's hand, but stopped at me. Grandma, you look so familiar. Who are your parents? OP gives her mom and dad's name, and Grandma says, Oh, your grandfather's name's granddaughter. Me and my husband always go over and play cards with him on Sundays. OP says, Oh, that's cool. Grandma, I have to call him and tell him this. Maybe you and Pantherbeard could hang out while we play. Pantherbeard,
Yeah, that'd be fun.
OP, I'll see. Gotta go, bye. That's like OP's catchphrase. Honestly, it's a good catchphrase. You could just say the gotta go bye part. Maybe add no thanks to the front. No thank you, I'm out of here. Me and Baby booked it out the door and down the street to the bus stop. We spent an extra 45 minutes waiting for the bus back to our houses, but it was worth it. By the time I got home, my mom came to the door and told me, Mom, hey, your grandfather, she said this in Korean, but I'm translating it, called and wanted to know if you'd go over and visit Sunday and hang out with some of his card buddies' grandkids. OP, and what did you say? Mom, I said yes, because you need to visit them more. OP, oh, okay, fine. You're just gonna let other people control your life like that? Well, it's Asian parents. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I marched upstairs and screamed into the phone with Uzi for an hour. He also got invited. How? Who the fuck? They all just know each other? We were not ready to deal with Pantherbeard on a whole new playing field. Stay tuned for next time. You Don't Deserve Milady, aka The Adventures of Pantherbeard Part 5, The Fight for Milady's Love. Let's fighting love.
Hey, let's go. Protect my vows.
Except Part 5 never came. But that's okay. I find that merciful, you know. Take me out back. Put a fork in me. I'm done. You know what I'm talking about? If there was a part 5, I probably would have crashed out just a little bit harder. But that's yeah. Thank goodness that didn't need to happen today. We managed to keep the focus on the beard like a pretty good amount for a 15-year-old girl. But there were some parts that just really made me fucking facepalm harder than anything. But good. At least we know Pantherbeard now. He's out there. He's creepy. He's acting like a nice guy. But the subtext is right there in front of you. No, thank you. Get away from me. That's the line you need to practice. Okay, for next time. Let's see how the Gubbinses do. This comment is for the championship, boys. So give me your best shot.
3 parts in. You've spent more time describing your racial breakdown, your height, and how everyone wants you, than you have delivering an actual story. Gubbins detects chronic main character syndrome. Terminal case. Gubbins.
Oh, if only it was terminal. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe that's why part 5 never came. Well, rest in peace. You know, we'll remember the good times. That's what I could say about that.
Behold, the unfinished saga of PB trapped forever in the limbo between entering the Neckbeard Cave and literally anything happening. The stars will burn out, the oceans will boil, and still there will be no part 5. Dark Gubbins.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. You said it's like it's a bad thing, but I think it's a really good thing. Anyway, it's been a hell of a ride. I hope you guys enjoyed it on some level. We're back in the saddle, boys. We're gonna do a thing, man. So help and support us on Patreon and YouTube memberships if you'd like. Thank you so much. We're on Spotify and iTunes. If you'd like some podcast things for your ear holes at work or whatever. Thank you so much for supporting and being you. Always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, you definitely deserve it, and I shall see you in the next one. So until then, bye-bye.